Have you seen the moon landing video?
Conspiracy.
The video.
Yeah.
Okay, do you think
There's no stars?
Do you think we actually went to the moon when we said we did? Obviously, I think we've been to the moon. But when we first said we did, do you think that we went?
No, I think that 1960.
It could have been 2000. It could have been 1904. I don't know.
No, whenever the video was being live streamed, because I'm sitting there like, all right, so you're telling me that back then, their computers that they sent, a ship sent people to the moon with, were equivalent to a modern day calculator. If you're telling me that, how the fuck did they live stream them stepping on the fucking moon? All
right?
How would they even do that?
I agree with your point, but I don't agree with your argument, because the computers that like universities may have had were equivalent to a modern day calculator, but NASA had the best computers
of 1960.
Look up when it was.
I'm almost positive.
That's very pertinent. I'm pretty sure it was like 68.
When was the moon
Quit
landing?
shaking the table, Brian.
Shut up, bitch.
Yeah, you saw him stop.
1969.
1960. So it's almost 1970. So I think by that point, it's not too far-fetched to say that we could live stream, but I have enough trouble live streaming to Twitch from my house, let alone from the moon. So, maybe you're on to something?
Well, I know that some channels were, I don't know if all of them were, because obviously I wasn't alive in 1969.
Fair
but
enough.
I know that at some point they were, what they were showing on the cable networks were VHS tapes that were already recorded. They would take them, put them in the machine, and then they'd be streamed to the TV.
How?
So, I'm almost positive that we gotta look up one more thing. Was the moon landing
live streamed?
Yeah, because I'm pretty sure that it was, because I remember hearing a story about, yeah, okay, so it was broadcast live around the world on July 21st, 1969. However, no, that doesn't even make sense, because I just looked it up and it said July 16th, 1969 was the moon landing. Okay. And they said it was live streamed on the 21st. So were they already there for a couple days and then they did it?
I don't think so. Like, you go to the moon, you're like, hey, I want to go outside now, not almost a week from now.
I mean, they brought back a bunch of moon rocks.
Well, another thing
is tons and tons of moon rocks.
Well, my thing is, all right, so
have you heard the video of or the audio of, what was it? Neil Armstrong?
Neil Patrick Harris?
Was it Neil deGrasse Tyson? Yeah. Did you hear the audio of Neil?
Yeah.
Yeah, whatever. Okay, Mike Tyson talking on the but he was like, I don't know what this is. It's in the background. There is lights floating around us right now. Have you heard that?
I don't know if I watched that part of it.
It's kind of creepy. It's fun, creepy, and there was video too, because it was like playing in the background of him like out the little porthole of the craft, and it was showing like these lights flying around. Now, a lot of it can be staged.
Now, my question is, before we move further into this, did Russia ever go to the moon? Do you know the answer to that question?
I do not know the answer to that question.
I don't either. Has anybody else went to the moon? Are they allowed to go to the moon since we put a flag there? Is that kind of
no? We own it. It's sort of like Alaska.
Well, it's practically Puerto Rico.
It says Soviet Union, United States, Japan, the European Space Agency, China, India, Luxembourg, and Israel
have went to the moon, have stepped foot on the moon, or have sent like satellites
well, no, actually, it doesn't even say that they've been to the moon. It just says missions to the moon have been conducted by the following nations and entities.
Okay, because here's my point. Here's where I was going. Because we were neck and neck with the Soviet Union, right? Like they said that they were close to going to the moon, and then we hadn't publicly declared that we were close yet, right? And then all of a sudden, here's footage of us up on the moon. Like, does that not seem a little fishy? Like, we're America. We boast about what we do. And then all of a sudden, bam, we're on the moon. There's no point to come here. There ain't nothing here.
You do have a point there. However, we don't know whether or not we've actually been to the moon.
Well, no, I feel like for sure we have been to the moon.
But
now,
I guess I have to
that first time.
Yeah, the first time is what I'm talking about. But
Oh, okay.
because we 100% have been to the moon, we have a laboratory completely focused on studying the moon rocks that we got back, and it's like the place that they're kept are in these little mobile carts that have the atmosphere
It's
of the
like
moon.
atmospheric pressure.
Like atmosphere from the
moon
yeah, so that none of the bacteria, none of that stuff
dies,
or
the rock implodes from not having the right pressure or anything. But here's my thing. All right, why won't we go back to the moon?
What's the point?
Because time has passed that we don't know if it has changed. Rocks that we got from there 30 years ago may not be the same as the rocks that are there now.
We're more focused on going to Mars right now. I thought NASA wasn't working on shooting any more rockets up.
Well, I think they're...
Because SpaceX...
Trump assembled the space team, right? What is it called? The space team? What did he call it?
Space Force?
Space Force? Yeah, Space Force. And that's within NASA, right? But then isn't Elon Musk doing the same thing with SpaceX?
Well, I know that SpaceX has... I remember reading an article that said that they have successfully docked with the International Space Station. So, for like it's not called... I guess you would just say refueling mission.
Just like to see if they could do it, pretty much, right?
Yeah, they just brought, I guess, rations to them or whatever. But why do we even have people up there? Like, what the fuck are they doing?
I don't know. Have they really said? There's a movie. I don't remember what it was called, but basically they went to the moon.
First.
Apollo 13. I think that's what it was.
There's a series called like The First or something on Netflix.
No, it was a movie and it's called like Apollo 13, and it's like an imagining of why we won't go back to the moon. And the thing is, there's like creatures or something on the moon that like takes out this whole crew or whatever, and it basically explains why we're not going back to the moon.
Was the Earth actually round?
Yeah. Do you not think the Earth is round? It's not a perfect sphere, but it's roundular.
Well, in the Bible, I know you're a Bible thumper, so you'll probably get this.
Bible thumper.
In the Bible, it says that the Earth has been put on a pedestal or raised on a pedestal or something like that. So that would technically mean like.
Do you think you can't?
It's on a pedestal.
No, it's figurative speech, Brian.
You're the Bible thumper here. I'm just repeating what I heard.
I don't think they literally mean that the Earth is sitting on a big marble pedestal, floating in the Earth, floating underneath the Earth. Because if that were true, literally, wouldn't we see the pedestal?
Well, that would mean that the Earth is round. I'm saying
round.
that.
Do you think the Earth is flat?
I'm just repeating. I'm just repeating what I've heard.
The Earth is not flat. I mean, that's just stupid. Obviously, the Earth is round.
Why is the Earth round? Why do you say the Earth is round?
So if there's an argument that if people argue the Earth is flat, right? Why don't they argue that the moon is flat or that Mars is flat?
Because are they even real? I thought they were just holograms.
No, you can see. All right, now you're just trying to piss me off. Is that what you're doing?
I'm just making the argument, man. Why do you think the Earth is round? Because you were told that the Earth is round?
We can see the moon, right? We can look.
Has anybody told you that the Bible's real, or did you come to that?
Well, you let me talk. If you look up in the sky and you see the moon, is the moon round? Yeah, it's round, right? You can see the moon. Okay, so when we send a dude up there into the space, where they can see the Earth and it's round, how do you think it's flat?
Did we go to the moon? Because how are you supposed to land on a hologram? I still don't. I still don't understand your point. I'm not laughing here, dude. I'm being serious.
All right, let's move on to a new topic. All right,
No, you can't tell me why you think the Earth is round. I mean, like, did somebody tell you that?
Well, considering I'm not a scientist, we're not scientists who have done the research. We kind of have to believe other research, right?
Well, scientists go out to prove other people wrong.
You're right.
That's
the whole point of research, or to prove something right, either to prove somebody wrong or to prove somebody right.
So why do you think the Earth is round? Because you were told? Why do you believe in the
common
Bible?
sense.
Because you were told?
Because common sense says the Earth is round.
Why do you think there's riots going on right now?
Please stop. I have another conspiracy theory to ask you about.
Okay.
I mean, I think we kind of took all right, first of all, let's just run through a couple questions to finish off the moon conspiracy theory. Then I have another one. All right. Do you think that we went to the moon the first time?
There was no stars.
Just answer me.
No.
Yeah. All right, so no. Do you think
I don't think that it could be live streamed, and I don't think that I didn't see any stars. But you would 100% be able to see stars.
The flag was waving, but there is no wind on the moon.
That was one of the things. I'm not going to argue that just because.
I mean, I don't know for sure.
Moon rocks are really gritty, right? And they were talking about them always blowing around on the moon, and you have to watch getting them in like little creases in your spacesuit because they grind together and they're really porous. So.
But we agree on the big point of this, which is that we probably didn't go to the moon the first time. We definitely have been to the moon at some point, and I think we deserve to know why we won't go back. Is that fair to say?
Well, it was a lot of money to get there to begin with, and so if you were wondering why we're not going back, it was a lot of money to get there, and we spent that money to begin with just because we wanted to wave our hog around.
Because we wanted to beat the Russians.
Yeah, we were like, you drunk motherfuckers can't do this, and then we're like, all right, we're gonna do it.